Hello, my name is Emma, and today we are going to talk about how to answer questions or respond in a conversation using a very short reply. We do this every day in English. The replies we're going to learn today are usually 2 or maybe 3 words. They're used a lot in English. And these replies help you to communicate quickly. They help you to sound natural. They can help your listening. And specifically, we will look at 6 common replies you might say in a conversation. So this is an important lesson. Let's get started. So the first expression today is I see. I see is used a lot. It means now I understand. We use it in a conversation where there's new information, and usually that information is a little disappointing or bad. So for example, the shop is closed. Oh, I see. So this person's not happy. They're saying, oh, I understand, but I'm not really happy. Or imagine you want to meet somebody. Oh, she's too busy to meet you. This is bad news. Oh, I see. So I see can also be used in positive or other situations, but it's often used with bad news when you are disappointed. Imagine you want to go to a concert and you are about to buy your ticket and they say, no more tickets. We're sold out. Oh, I see. So it means I understand. I accept this bad news. Or you want a job. They tell you, I'm sorry, we can't give you this job. You don't have enough experience. I see. So I see is often used for negative situations, meaning you understand, but you're not really happy with the situation. So the next short reply is I know. Or for younger people, sometimes they say, I know, right? So I know means that it can have 2 meanings. One meaning is someone says something, they try to give you some news, but you already know the news, or you already know the information. It's not new information for you. Or you might use this if you agree with something to show you agree. So let's look at both of these examples. So to show you the first meaning, we have this man. He says, have you heard? The company has a new president. If you know already, you might say, I know. It means that you already have this information. Did you hear Peggy lost her job? I know. So that's an example of that. The second way we use this is to show agreement. It can be very simple. Oh, it's hot. I know. Or I know, right? This is a great movie. I know, right? The restaurant is so expensive. I know, right? Or I know. So I know can also be used to show you agree with someone. We use it in this way a lot. So the next short reply we use in everyday conversation is I heard. I heard means that someone tells you something, but you already know this information. The information is not new to you. You know the information already. So we can use this for good information or bad information. Both are possible. So let's look at some examples. Imagine this guy says, oh, you know the new teacher? The new teacher is from France. If you already have that information, you might say, oh yeah, I heard. This means that they already know the teacher is from France. The teacher is from France. I heard. Here's another example. Oh, Tom lost his job. I heard. So we use this a lot, and the way you use your voice can show your emotion, if it's good or bad news. So if somebody says something sad, like, oh, the cat died. Oh, I heard. Or you can say it in a positive way for good news. Taylor Swift released a new album. Oh, I heard. So the way you use your voice for these short replies matters because it can show different meaning. So the next reply we are going to talk about is I understand. I understand is often used when someone tells you a rule, maybe instructions, or they give you a decision on something. You say, I understand, to show that you understand the rule, the instruction, or the decision. So let's look at some examples. So imagine this is a teacher. He says to his student, you can't use your phone in class. The student says, I understand. So in this case, there's a rule. You can't use your phone. And the student is showing they understand the rule. Here's another example. So imagine you're at work and you've given a plan to your boss, but your boss doesn't like your plan. They've decided to do this plan. The boss says, I'm sorry, we're going with a different plan. I understand. So this means that you understand they are going with a different decision. It can be the same with instructions. Make sure you, do this before you cook dinner. Okay, I understand. So again, very short reply, but very useful to show that you get the information. So the next common short reply is, I guess. I guess means that you don't know if you agree. So it's a maybe. Someone says something, you don't know how to respond. You don't know if you agree or not. You think maybe. You can use I guess. So there's some doubt. So let's look at some examples. So imagine this guy says, oh, our coworker Sandy looks tired today. Maybe you haven't thought about it. You don't know. You might say, I guess. I guess. It means you're not certain. Maybe. Okay, imagine this guy says, Antarctica is the best place for vacation. Well, I don't know because I've never been to Antarctica. I've never really thought about Antarctica for vacation. So maybe this is true. I don't know. So I can say, I guess. It means maybe. You don't know. Okay, maybe this guy is inviting you to a party. Will you come to the party tomorrow? And maybe you don't know yet. There might be something else you need to do. Maybe, I guess. I guess. You might say this if you have nothing better to do and you probably will go, but you're not sure. I guess. So again, it means maybe, possibly, but there's a little bit of doubt. So the last response we're going to look at today is I think so. I think so is what you say when somebody asks you a question or gives information and you are saying, yeah, that's probably true, but I'm not 100% certain. I'm not 100% sure. So let's look at some examples. Okay, imagine this guy says, "Oh, it's hot. Is the air conditioning broken?" Maybe you think it's broken. Probably it's broken, but you're not 100% sure. You might say, "Yeah, I think so. I think I heard the AC is broken. I think so." Okay, here's another example. Imagine somebody's talking about, they think somebody's a good teacher, but you don't have a lot of experience with this person. They say, "Oh yeah, I think he's a good teacher." You might say, "Yeah, I think so." It means probably, but you're not 100% sure. Okay, here's another example. Imagine some people are going to be late. "I think they're going to be late to the party." Maybe you know this person's always late, or you know they caught a late bus. You might say, "Yeah, I think so." So probably. I think so is a very useful expression. Again, I think so, period. So that's all you need to say, these 3 words. Okay, so we've looked at some very common replies we use in everyday conversation. Practice makes perfect. So I recommend you go to our website at www.ingvid.com, and there you can actually take a test or a quiz and practice what you learned here today. So try to use these in your everyday conversations. They're very useful, and again, they're used frequently. If you're watching English television shows or English movies, pay attention. Do you hear any of these? So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.